The lasting spark. The city of Austin, Texas, had always been known for its music, food trucks, and endless energy. Live guitar riffs echoed from 6th Street, the scent of barbecue lingered in the warm night air, and murals painted across old brick walls gave the city a heartbeat of creativity. For some, Austin was just another stop, but for Chloe Anderson, it was home, and a place where her story was waiting to unfold. At 23, Chloe was in her last year of studying electrical engineering at the University of Texas. While most of her classmates saw numbers and wires, she saw possibility. She dreamed of designing sustainable energy systems that could light up small towns across America. But with part-time jobs, endless assignments, and the weight of her parents' expectations, Chloe often felt like the spark that once kept her going was starting to dim. Until one unexpected encounter reignited it. It was a warm spring evening when Chloe's car broke down on her way home from campus. She pulled into the nearest gas station, frustrated as smoke hissed from under the hood. "Not again," she muttered, kicking the tire lightly. "Need a hand?" a voice called. She turned to see a young man stepping out from a pickup truck. He had sandy brown hair, suntanned skin, and eyes the color of a Texas sky, bright and steady. Wiping his hands on a rag, he walked over with an easy smile. "I'm Ryan Mitchell," he said. "Chloe," she replied, embarrassed. "And yeah, I think my car hates me." Ryan leaned over the hood, checked a few things, and within minutes diagnosed the problem. "Your alternator's giving out. I can tow you to my uncle's shop down the road if you'd like. No charge, just helping out." Chloe hesitated. She didn't usually trust strangers, but something about his calm demeanor felt genuine. "Thanks," she said softly. That night, while waiting at the repair shop, they struck up a conversation. Ryan, it turned out, was 24 and a firefighter trainee. He'd grown up in Austin, loved playing guitar at open mic nights, and had a dream of starting community programs for kids. By the time her car was ready, Chloe realized she hadn't laughed so freely in months. Over the next few weeks, Chloe and Ryan kept running into each other. At the grocery store near campus, even at a coffee shop downtown. What started as coincidences soon became intentional. They began meeting for late-night tacos, walks around Lady Bird Lake, and small concerts at local bars. Ryan admired Chloe's determination and intelligence, while she admired his kindness and courage. One evening, sitting under string lights at a food truck park, Ryan looked at her seriously. "You ever feel like you're chasing so much that you forget to just live?" Chloe blinked, surprised by the question. "Every day. I feel like I'm supposed to light up the world but can't even keep my own light burning." Ryan smiled gently. "Maybe sometimes all you need is a spark." She met his eyes, her heart racing, realizing he wasn't just talking about electricity. But life was never without challenges. Chloe's parents wanted her to move back to Houston after graduation to join a large energy corporation. "It's safe, stable, and the right choice," her father insisted during a phone call. Ryan, meanwhile, had been offered a permanent firefighting position in Dallas, 200 miles away. It was everything he had worked for, but it meant leaving Austin, and possibly Chloe. Neither wanted to admit it, but the question hung between them. Was this just temporary, or was it something worth fighting for? The tension grew. Their conversations, once full of laughter, turned cautious. One evening, after Chloe presented her senior project, Ryan surprised her with flowers. "You were amazing up there," he said. But she forced a smile, the weight of her choices pressing down. "Thanks. I just don't know what happens next." "Me neither," he admitted, his voice low. The silence that followed was louder than any words. One summer night, they stood by the Riverwalk, the city lights reflecting on the water. "Maybe," Chloe began, her voice trembling, "maybe we're on different paths." Ryan's jaw clenched. "So that's it." Tears filled her eyes. "I don't want it to be. But I can't ask you to give up your dream. And I can't ask you to give up yours," he whispered. For a long moment, they stood staring at each other, the unspoken love between them burning yet untouchable. Then, with a final embrace, they let go. Months passed. Chloe moved to Houston, joining the Energy Corporation. The office was polished, the paycheck solid, but her creativity felt caged. She missed the nights under Austin's stars, the laughter with Ryan, the way he made everything feel alive. Ryan settled into his job in Dallas, saving lives, earning respect, but something was missing. Every time he drove the fire truck past glowing city lights, he thought of Chloe, the spark she had given him that no flame could replace. Both had what they thought they wanted, yet both felt empty. Nearly a year later, Chloe was invited to present at an environmental conference, held in Austin. Returning to the city felt like stepping back into an old dream. After her presentation, she wandered to Lady Bird Lake, memories flooding her. "Chloe!" A familiar voice called. Her heart stopped. She turned, and there was Ryan in his firefighter uniform, holding his helmet under one arm. His eyes widened in disbelief before breaking into a smile. "You're here," he said, almost breathless. They walked toward each other, and in that moment, all the months apart melted away. "I never stopped missing you," Chloe whispered. Ryan's voice cracked. "Neither did I. You were always the spark, Chloe. My spark." This time they refused to let life pull them apart. Chloe decided to leave the corporation, pursuing her original dream of creating sustainable energy solutions. Ryan transferred back to Austin, choosing to serve his hometown community. Together they built a new chapter, one filled with late-night drives, weekend music festivals, and mornings where they simply sat with coffee, grateful to have found their way back. One evening, sitting by the riverwalk where they had once said goodbye, Ryan pulled out a small box. Chloe gasped as he opened it to reveal a simple, elegant ring. "I don't know what the future holds," he said softly, "but I know I want you in it. Forever." Tears filled her eyes as she whispered, "Yes." The city lights shimmered around them, but in their hearts a brighter spark burned, one that would last a lifetime. Austin's streets continued to hum with music, laughter, and life. But for Chloe and Ryan, the city was more than just a place. It was the beginning of their story, the reminder that even when paths diverge, true sparks never fade. Their love wasn't about perfect timing. It was about resilience, about choosing each other even when it was hard. 'Cause some sparks don't burn out. Some sparks become lasting flames. And theirs was the last.